Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1, we have three things that make up a balanced spiritual life. This is what it says. It says, "Listen to the word of Yahweh, O sons of Israel, for Yahweh has a contention against the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth or loving kindness or knowledge of God in the land." God had had a contention against the people of Israel because there were three things that they were lacking: no truth, no loving kindness, and no knowledge of God. And these are three things that are essential to the spiritual life. Oftentimes, we might have one or two of these things emphasized, but lacking in the other, and as such, we find ourselves unbalanced. For instance, a person might be very much focused on the truth and knowing the truth and learning the scriptures and having an in-depth knowledge of what the scriptures teach. And that's good, and that's a wonderful thing to have, but they might be lacking in loving kindness. In other words, they have the truth, but they use the truth to be mean, to be despiteful, to be ugly towards other people. Or they might have the truth and have no knowledge of God. They can understand all types of theological concepts, but they haven't really come into a relationship with God in which they know God in a very intimate way. And as such, their spiritual life becomes very unbalanced. It is very good to have truth, but it's also very important to have love and also to have the knowledge of God. If you remember, the church at Ephesus was spoken against by the Lord himself in the book of Revelation because they knew the truth. They were standing up against the false doctrine of the Nicolaitans, but they had left their first love. And we want to be people who are balanced, who, yes, have truth, but also have truth in a loving way, and also in a way in which we cultivate a knowledge of God, a deep, abiding knowledge of God. Or a person might have truth, or a person might be lacking in truth, but be a very loving person, but their love isn't in accordance to truth. And maybe their love is not in accordance to the knowledge of God. There's a lot of loving people in this world that do not know God and do not know the truth about God. And even though it's a wonderful thing to be loving, if you're lacking knowledge of God, if you're lacking the knowledge of truth, then your spiritual life is unbalanced. Or a person might know God. They might be seeking the Lord. They might be people who are very much religious and trying to reach the Lord through various means, but they're not really interested in what is true, and they're also not very interested in loving others. All their pursuits for God are perhaps selfish and self-invested and self-interested, and therefore, again, is unbalanced. So if we want to have a balanced spiritual life, we must be people who, yes, love the truth, come to the Lord, seeking the truth about God, the truth about ourselves, the truth revealed in scriptures, but not in a way that forsakes love for others, love for God, and at the same time doesn't neglect not knowing God and having a deep, abiding relationship with Him. We should have a spiritual life that is full of truth, that is full of love, full of the knowledge of God. And if we do that, we'll have a well-grounded faith, a well-grounded spiritual life, and a very balanced spiritual life. And so hopefully, Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1 will help us to focus on that today and to see, where am I off balance? What do I need to focus on more in order to bring my spiritual life back into balance again? Do I need more truth? Do I need more love? Or do I need a deeper and more abiding knowledge of God? Whatever it might be, let's make the adjustments today. And again, move forward in our spiritual life in this balanced way and in a way that would be pleasing to the Lord. So here's some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.